Yeah. So welcome everyone. Welcome once again to the another day of the Agile Scrum. This is day 2 of week 1, and we are learning Agile Scrum BA. So before we get started, let me quickly ask anyone here for the first time. I believe that few people have joined for first time here. Anyone here for first time?
Yes, me, Nirmal.
Nirmal. Oh, who else? So before anyone turn on, they said they are the means new participant. So let's hear from you, Nirmal. So Nirmal, what we do that when we begin and any new person comes in, we welcome them, and so welcome you as well to this group. And quickly, what you can do is that you can introduce yourself. Who are you? From where you are connecting? Do you have any IT background? If not IT
No.
background, any other background. So could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, I worked in a bank in USA for 15 years, and then I had my own business, jewelry business, and then after that, I am a New York State life and health insurance agent. I do life insurance and Medicare right now.
And you are connecting from where, Nirmal?
New York.
Okay, New York. Thank you so much, Nirmal. Welcome to this Agile Scrum BA program. And I believe who else, anyone is the new one? Who is Police Wala? Police Wara. Who is Police Wara? Could you please unmute yourself and speak up? I believe that
Yes,
this is...
sir, this is Monica. Like I was connecting from my husband's ID.
Okay. So kindly rename yourself. Otherwise, I'll end up calling you with this name. So,
Yeah, sure.
okay, no problem. So I believe everyone who joined last time had also saw the recording and also joined the RRP session. So anyone who did not join the RRP session last time?
I didn't join it, Gaurav. Pratiksha here.
Okay, Pratiksha. Who else?
Me neither.
Of course, I think it's your day. Okay.
Even I
Okay.
didn't read Sana here.
Okay, all right, no problem. So this is a quick reminder that you need to join RRP session. So before we get started, why you need to join RRP session and all. So let me quickly ask another question. And this question is that how many of you know that for what reason you are here? For what reason you have joined this training program? What is the one?
Placed.
Exactly, that's right, Nikita. So that's a brilliant answer. So yes, exactly. We all are here to just get placed, and that's the one core goal we all have. And on this journey, we are starting as a learner, and that's we really appreciate. I really appreciate all of you that even though you have learned a lot, and already means after school and colleges. Means hardly anyone feels like learning again, but I truly appreciate your spirit, the way means you joined in over here and agreed that yeah, you need to create something, and for that you chose this learning as well. And trust me, this learning is not going to be a just super boring learning. This is going to be not a monologue. This is going to be a dialogue, a conversation between you, me, and with the concept. So before we get started, and you agreed that you are here to get placed, let me tell you that in between, because this is going to be a journey of 8 weeks. This journey is going to be how long?
12 weeks.
This is going to be 8 weeks journey.
8 weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's right. So in 8 weeks journey, what may happen, many things may happen, life may happen, and you feel like someday you will go, you won't go, you will connect, you will not connect, you will do some activity, you won't see, commitment may fall down. Okay. And we need to continue to encourage it. We need to continue to, continue to fix it with various activity. In fact, you need to protect your goal on a continuous basis. How you are going to protect your goal? Any idea? Okay, I'll tell you. So is it okay if I can tell you how to protect our goal? Say yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. Thank you so much. So how we are going to protect the goal? By following certain ground rules, by agreeing onto some code of honors. So is it okay if I can share what those code of honors would be before we get into deep learning?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for agreeing, and I'm going to share this with you. So can you see something on my screen, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So these are 6 code of honors, what I am going to explain in front of you. The very first one is showing up live. Okay, so you can choose to listen to recording as well, but I would encourage you to show up live. And when you show up live, you be on time, you remain punctual, you remain highly committed. Why? 2 reasons. Okay. The first reason is the universal law that says that how you do anything is how you do everything. And the second reason is that Agile is full of ceremonies. Full of what, everyone?
Ceremonies.
Ceremonies means, that's right, ceremonies means meetings. Okay, and that those meetings demands you to follow these traits. Okay, as a scrum master, you need to take care of these all things, and as a scrum team as well, you need to be aware of this. So once you practice it over here, considering this training itself is as a project for you, we believe in giving 1 day equal to just like a month or year. Okay, so that it give you sufficient confidence in you that yes, you can handle once you get placed. So always follow this one. Second one is being a full stack student. As I appreciate you all for choosing this track, to continue to be in learning. So it makes you a student. Okay, but I personally means request all of you just not to be a student but be a full stack student. What does it mean? It means that you do all the assignments, you do further self research, just not to stick with what you learned and go back and closing the chapters. No, you need to go back and extend your learning, do further self research and repeat what you have learned. Like I saw a couple of audio, not video, I would say. I had received, I believe, only one video from Mahendra, I guess. Yeah, so I truly appreciate that. So likewise, if you are, why you need to be on the face, you need to showcase present with your face, because many things are connected with that. Okay, because you need to get placed, because you need to get into interview that is going to be face to face, even online. You need to switch on your camera. Okay, so I found few of participant who just not what they learned, they explained that. Also they came up with some additional terms. They means added that into their summary. So I truly appreciate that. Can we together clap for them who all attempted it and those who thought of attempting it? So you can unmute yourself and you can simply appreciate this for doing it, and in case you did not, just get encouragement from them. Thank you so much for doing so. Further, what else you can do? You can repeat whatever you have learned. Okay, that gives you boosted confidence to be the master in that game. Okay, in that subject. Third one is taking the full responsibility. While you are doing this all, ultimately you are going to head yourself towards the success. You must take the full responsibility of that. Do you all agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, but at the same time, when you don't follow this, you would attract the failure. And I would encourage you to take the full responsibility of that failure as well. Why? Because when you take the responsibility of this failure as well, that will become the trail for the success, and you end up landing towards the success. Okay, so that becomes the trail for the success, and for that you must take the responsibility of both the elements, be it success, be it failure, because what you will do, that will showcase, that will demonstrate your outcome. Okay, so that is the third ground rule. And the fourth one, to do so it requires a package mindset. What do I mean by this? I mean by that, it continue to make you and put you towards the learning. That requires a learning mindset. And to be in continuous learning, it must come with the positive mindset. Okay. And the more positive you'll go, you will find yourself are going more and more and more complaint free. The more complaint free you will go, you will find yourself ended up getting into more gratitude zone. So this, I call it as a package mindset, right package mindset. So this you are going to experience as well. And if not, please take the responsibility of this experience you are going to have during these track completion as well, this Be Agile Scrum track completion. However, to follow this mindset, this right package mindset, you must increase your receptivity every single day. And for that, I have given you 30 days challenge. That is one audio track what you need to listen every single day as 30 days challenge. When you start day 1, you need to complete it on a very every consecutive day, day 2, day 3, day 4, up to 30 days. In case you failed someday, you did not go through this, then that is the time even speaker in this audio says that you need to restart this game. Okay, if you missed third day, it doesn't mean that fourth day you will going to get started. No. That time you need to get started all over again, because as actual result you will see when you are following it in consecutive manner, and you see how your days are really getting impacted positively with the right and positive outcome as well. So this audio track, I need you to listen every single day. If you don't have that, you can DM me at the end of this today's session, and I can simply give you that track for you to listen every single day, and you must follow that. I personally do that. My various students every single day follow it, and they see the result. And when you can do that, this is a 40 minutes long audio that you can consume within 20 minutes by putting it into 2x mode, listening while you are exercising, jogging, walking, and doing any other activity. That time you can simply listen to it and you can start your beautiful day. And second, you must remember this, okay? What? That when you are going to get into a deep learning, you need to follow golden quadrant of learning. Golden quadrant of what, everyone?
Learning.
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 Exactly. That's right.
Learning.
So what is this golden quadrant? This golden quadrant is that you start your deep learning with declaration with anchor. Okay, you start your deep learning with the declaration with the anchor, and the moment you have done with the declaration with the anchor, then get into the learning. And the moment you are done with the learning, that is the time when you are going to do a drawing of whatever you have learned on a piece of paper with your pen. Okay, piece of paper with pen. I won't encourage to do it on your laptop or somewhere. And once you draw this with a pen or pencil on a piece of paper, then go ahead and summarize it in a 90 seconds video, whatever you have learned, in a way that even 5 years old can understand. Okay, so this is this first step is called as golden quadrant of learning. Why you need to do that? There is a huge science behind it. I'm not getting into that detail of that, because on day 1 I talked about what is the science behind it. For that you can go back and you can watch earlier recording. Okay, so for today, let's get into the anchoring and declaration with anchor. So all of you are ready for the declaration with anchor?
Yes.
Yes.
So how we are going to do that? Anchor is going to be your self high five, or you can call it as a clap. At the count of 3, you are going to clap with me and then repeat after me what is selected on the screen. Okay, so everyone is ready now and ready to
Yes.
do this? Thank you so much. So at the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, and clap and repeat. I am a quick learner.
I'm a quick learner.
What others can learn and master,
What others can
others
learn
can
and
learn and
master.
I too can do that.
I too can do that.
One more time, you are going to set this anchor. At the count of 3, this is going to be self high five or clap. 1, 2, 3, and clap and repeat again. Because I'm an awesome learner,
Because I'm an awesome learner.
Today's learning is going to be
Today's learning is going to be
super duper easy to me.
super duper
very easy to me.
Thank you so much, everyone, for repeating this. And while you are doing so, remember this, the sixth one, that is because, as I said, that many of you are from really huge background. Someone have 20 years of experience, 22 years of experience, 16 years of experience. Some of you are banker, you had been banker, you have been underwriter, means project manager and whatnot. And you know, learning something new can be the challenge. And to remove that challenge, I come up with the sixth code of honor, which says that be a giver. First, what you need to give away, you need to give your ego away when you have chosen the path of learning. Why you need to keep your ego away? Because once you keep your ego away, that I know I come from this huge background of you know, experience, you keep yourself ready for the new learning. And when you'll keep your ego away, that also makes you spiritually grounded on the path of growth. What do I mean by this? I mean by that your happiness happiness degree goes high and you be more open to the learning. Happiness is today's new productivity, and you will find yourself that more efficient and more productive as well. So that's the reason you need to first keep your ego away so that you remain spiritually grounded on the path of growth. And also, if you are already learning and tomorrow, in case you are going to get in case you are already earning and tomorrow you are tomorrow if you are thinking to earn, then what you need to do, you also have to have one intent of doing the charity. That I recommend, that do a giveaway, monetary giveaway for the places where you believe, to the causes where you believe in. That could be feeding to hungry, or you know, give away into the old age home, or in the causes where you believe in temple, church, mosque, or wherever you believe in. Continue to do that. How much? 5 or 10%, and you will be surprised to see at the end of the month that how your you know, earning is going to increase by doing this mere activity. This may not fit into your logic, but this is true. Why? Because there is further universal law associated with this, is that when you give, you grow, and when you receive, you may survive. And I'm sure you are not here just for growth, but also for not for just survival, but also for the growth. And just don't give away to grow, because you will end up growing. Just don't give away for that purpose, but also to inspire others. And you would be totally surprised to see the kind of outcome this mere activity will bring for you. And while you are doing so, appreciate what you do and what others do for you. And even though you find that something is not happening to you, continue to appreciate that, because what you appreciate, that appreciates you back. That's the another universal law. So these are 6 code of honor we are going to follow. But we all agree to follow this? Say yes if you are ready to do this. And we will see you. Thank you so much. So just quickly for Nirmal, for you need to take a note of it, and for others it is going to be revision as well. Sunday we are going to meet at 9:30 p.m. EST, and then it will follow the assignments. Tuesday assignments will be unsaid assignment, that is going to be the summary of whatever you have learned. Or in case someday we find that something we need to emphasize and we need to see from you, that time we are going to tell what kind of assignment you need to do apart from unsaid assignment. That is going to get started, I believe, after 2 weeks of the training only. And then on every Tuesday also you need to have this 9:30 p.m. EST, this training with us. And also that is the time when we recommend you to start undergoing RRP session, reference ready resume preparation, because the more you become visible over there, this visibility creates your credibility, that yes, you need it, you need the job, you are not here just for the training, because these trainings are not meant for your training only. And also that increases your marketability as well, because during that time your HR will pay attention on your visibility and credibility, and they get a push to market you continuously. And on Wednesday, again, you can complete the unsaid or said assignment. And Thursday, once again, you need to repeat it. Okay, why? Because that is going to create this. Okay, visibility, credibility, followed by your marketability. And that's the reason you need to repeat it, even though it may sound repeatable, because ultimately you need a job. And for that, you must be very consistent with this. And Friday, you are given a time to do your self-research, as keep on saying that these 8 weeks itself won't suffice to gain all the knowledge. See what extra you can learn, self-learning. How would you do that? Even I can tell you that as well. Saturday, give yourself relax or breather time. So that's how you are going to get connected, by spending at least 20 minutes daily, 20 to 30 minutes daily. So do you all understand how you are going to get connected? Say yes,
Yes.
if no
Yes.
doubt. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, Amrita says she can't hear me. So Amrita, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you. Thank you so much
Yeah, thank you.
for confirmation. So today is going to be day 2. And even today is the extension of day 1, I would say, because it again involved what? It involved the kind of a training you will undergo. So let me start sharing my slide, and will bring what today you are going to learn. Okay, so yeah. I'm going to share my screen, everyone. Okay, so every one of you can see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So what we are going to learn is this in front of you. What is agility and how it is different from flexibility? Like we start, in fact, let me ask you this question. When you started your journey, the day 1 with Guru Schools, you might have undergone the counseling session. And in that counseling session, Devji might have spoken to you about 6 pillars of Guru Schools. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that was one thing. Second, when you joined here and be Agile Scrum track, you might have found me talking about some ground rules and code of honor. Do you remember that? And today we repeated it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, why this is very essential and means very genuine and very important to learn? Because when you are ready for this, you are ready for this Agile manifesto as well, principle as well. Because not here you are just learning about the agility. We will also reveal you about the Agile manifesto and principle. And further also, you will get to know about the Scrum values. Today you learned about Be Agile, Scrum, ground rules. Likewise, manifesto will come in front of you, principle and Scrum values will come in front of you, because these are something ground rules that every agilist need to follow. With me, everyone so far?
Yeah. Recording
Yeah.
also.
Yes. Awesome. So before we get into that, let's get started with the difference between agility and flexibility. All right. So let me
Yes.
quickly bring that in front of you. And yeah. So here we go with the week 1, day 2, and we are going to learn about agility and flexibility. End goal remains the same. That is about the agility and flexibility. So before I get into that, quickly, I want to hear from you from the last session. What do you mean by being agile? What you have understood so far about the agile?
Being
Yes,
quick in finding the solution.
being quick in finding the solution. Okay, that's number 1. What else?
It's a mindset. It's a
Mindset.
mindset to
That's
adopt changes and deliver what customer want as soon as possible.
apt. Okay, what else? Tushar was telling something.
Doing things simultaneously.
doing things simultaneously. That's great. Yeah, Sana, you wanted to say something?
Yes, it's a methodology where you are doing small and frequent uh, releases for any project you're working on.
That's apt. So that's right, Sana. So yes, everyone who ever contributed with the answer, everyone is right. At the end, Sana also said it right. Someone
It's an
is
approach of development in which you can give the feedback to the stakeholders simultaneously on each step which you completed.
exactly. You can receive and share the feedback as well. So yes, this is the complete game we are going to talk about. It's about delivery. What do you mean by delivery? Tell me
The
that.
completion of the project or the product or the something. The
Okay.
deployment of the project.
Yeah,
of
so
the
you are Asif is talking a complete technical term. So I really appreciate that. But few of you who might not what is deployment or something like that. So for them, let me quickly tell you. Delivery means that you take a piece of what I call it. Like, has it ever happened to you? Means I'm sure that every day you sit for your meal, right? It could be dinner or lunch. Okay, so sometimes you feel like eating one more grass one more time. Has it ever happened to you? Ever? You get a repeat grass in your plate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so more often it happens. And once you repeat that grass, and then after some time you feel completely fulfilled, completely relaxed, and completely done with your meal. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you just deliver in your plate at once and you are done. No, sometimes it requires your repeated take in your plate, and then after 2 or 3 take you feel like you are done with it. Okay, so likewise when in software industry what happens, you are given one solution. Okay, one solution let you ongoing, but further more solutions are needed, and that immediately cannot be given to you, because until your first portion of the plate doesn't get consumed. Okay, and for that you wait until you finish the first portion in your plate, then you go ahead and you take the another portion as well, third portion as well. Likewise, we continue to deliver the softwares accordingly as well. We make it usable, workable, and workable software you receive, and then its remaining part or remaining piece or remaining functionality you again get in after certain piece of time. Okay, so is this understanding clear to everyone what I just said?
Yes.
You get
Yes.
repeated some solution through softwares, and those are called as delivery, repeated delivery. And as Asif said, that you simply get it deployed into. We will be talking about these all things in detail in coming days, coming sessions as well. So now understand about agility and flexibility. The moment we talk about agility, it means three things are very important. It has to move very, very fast. Okay, so it doesn't mean that the moment you delivered one piece of software you are done, you delivered the another piece of software you are done. It has to be continued until the complete solution is provided. Okay, is it clear to everyone? Yeah. Excuse me for then it also comes with a time bonding approach, which we call it as a time boxed manner. Okay, so it doesn't have to go in a ongoing manner, but it also has to be a time bounded approach. Okay, so this is considered in the part of agility. And quick reaction means you are, as Asif also said, that you get a quick feedback from stakeholders. You get a feedback from stakeholders and from other people, other involved people as well. So it could be your vendors, your customers, your sponsors as well. So this is all about agility. But flexibility also may sound similar. Okay, it means however, its approach is almost, it may sound similar, but there is a no time foundation required when we talk about flexibility. Okay, it continues to move, but it can take its own time to, move. And while it goes on, it comes with delayed reaction as well, that you may hear about the delayed reaction. Now, last time we talked about, why we needed this agile approach. So for that, I'm going to more in details as well. So let me quickly share the whiteboard with you. Okay. And so once I'm done with whiteboard, what I would do, I would invite Prerna to talk later after I'm done with this whiteboard. Okay. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to share with you something. First, understand what is agile. As I said last time, do you remember that agile, even though is a methodology, consider agile as a ground. Okay, agile is a ground, and in that ground there are various pillars. Okay, foundation I would call. So agile, if agile is a ground, agile is a ground, then this BA is the pillar, BA is the foundation. Okay, because without agile and BA, no software can be delivered, I believe. Okay, I know it requires certain coders. I know that requires certain, testers, architect and all. But if requirement is not in place, if it is not understood, do you think it is possible for any coder to code that if requirement itself is not in place? No, it is not possible. That's true. So that's the reason we came up with this. What just now I gave you analogy is that BA is a foundation, then agile is a ground for you in software industry. Now let's understand. Initially, we used to follow waterfall model. What we used to follow, everyone?
Waterfall.
Waterfall.
Waterfall model.
Exactly. And that waterfall model, when Agile follows this today, has to have this, a life cycle so that you can deliver a software. That's the reason it used to call as software development life cycle. What it used to call, everyone?
Software development life cycle.
SDLC.
That's true. SDLC. That's absolutely right. So the very first thing was what, they found that they need to first. Can someone tell me that what used to be the very first step?
Requirement gathering.
That's right. Requirement gathering. Okay. So what it used to be that you used to go to customer, you used to approach to customer, and you used to gather the requirement. So requirement gathering, and you used to then document it well. Okay. Requirement gathering and documentation used to be the very first step. Okay. And once you are done with it, okay, just a second, give me a second. Yeah. Yeah. First step was requirement gathering and documentation. All right. And the second step, once requirement is gathered and is documented, what they used to do? Any idea? Who can tell?
Analysis.
Yes.
Analysis.
So requirement gathering, documentation, and then they used to analyze it well. Okay. They used to analyze. So we call it as an analysis. That's right. Okay. After analysis is done, then they used to do other activity. What it used to be? Any idea?
Design.
Yes. So we call it as a design and coding. Okay, design and coding. We'll take this together. Design and coding. That's means now we have analyzed, we can design it. Okay, we can design its UI, user interface. How does it look? How the software will look like, where the buttons will be placed, where the what function will do what. For that, they used to code it so that, you know, every step will perform certain activity. If I'll press on refresh, the screen will refresh. When I'll press the back button, it will go into the back screen. When I'll say next button, it will go to the next screen, something like that. So when I'll say okay, it should get saved, and much more things. For that, for those design, it has to be coded as well. So after design and coding is done, what else used to come?
Testing.
Testing.
That's right. After that, after design and coding is done, then in this coding you can consider as well some mapping is required, or some architect work is required, that goes with coding itself. And after it is ready, they used to test it. Okay, after that, testing the software. Okay, testing the software. Okay, then testing used to come. So once testing is done, then what used to come? Anyone idea?
Deployment.
Yeah, once testing is done, then they used to deploy it. Okay, they used to deploy it, what Asif was telling while ago. Okay, that it is ready, let's deploy it. And after deployment was done, then used to come the next step. Okay, and just don't consider it a fix. You may find that a few steps here and there, like here it is requirement gathering and documentation. You may find documentation as the next step, documentation and analysis or something like that. So don't consider hard and fast that it has to be like this only. Excuse me.
Documentation again with maintenance.
Yeah, that's right. After this, support and maintenance. Okay, support and maintenance used to be the next one. So this used to be called as SDLC, software development lifecycle. Okay, so this used to be called as SDLC, means after this step only the next step has to be followed. Everyone with me so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So what used to happen? Imagine I took this much time to type this on and sharing with you. This used to take, these much step. When it comes to software delivery, and a person is giving a requirement in 2023, and if they need to follow these all process, imagine when his software will get ready. Okay, deployment will happen in 2025. And when the requirement is coming with 2025, and today the world is changing so fast, means anything can be created in fraction of second. In 2025, the need of that requirement would have been the same, or it would have changed. Of course, it would change. Do you all agree with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it will not follow the same what customer came with the requirement earlier in 2023. In 2025, everything will change, and customer will ask, hey, we don't need this anymore. We need more changes into that. And when more changes comes into the place, again, they will follow the same process. Ultimately, it is not going to serve the purpose. Do you think it is serving the purpose?
No.
Not at all. Not at all. It is not serving the purpose. And then come into the picture, these 17 software engineers started from 1990s talking about, how we can reduce this gap. Okay, so that deployment goes early within a week's time or month's time, so that we can get the feedback from the client and we can do the specific changes. So they said, okay, let's do in this manner. Let's start delivering in a piece by piece manner. Okay, let's start delivering into incremental manner, but we need to call it certain thing. We will call it as an agile methodology, agile approach. And for that, we need to come and agree with some principle and some manifesto. And then they come up with some certain rule and certain manifesto and with certain principle and they first define the differences between agility and flexibility, that I'm going to share in the screen one more time. Although I have shared that into the tabular form, here you will see. Okay, so I want one volunteer who can read the first bullet on the screen.
I will do.
Okay, please go ahead.
Agility and flexibility. Agility and flexibility are common interchanges, but they are not the same.
Yeah, you got to know. Could you please also read the second bullet?
When referring to the flexibility, it generally means scheduling or planning for an unforeseen development. These types of developments are usually unexpected surprises, but businesses can plan for them and make room in their regular business procedures for adaptations as necessary.
That's right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for reading this out. Yes, as it rightly says that, when we are referring to flexibility, it means the scheduling or planning for unforeseen development. So it may happen that customer has given already a requirement. He may ask you, hey, could you please accommodate this change? Okay. So has it happened to you that you gave your car for servicing and you tell him what need to do, what need not to be done, and later you just phone them and you just request something else, that I forgot to tell you this thing was also necessary, so could you please accommodate it? Has it ever happened to you? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sometime. Okay, sometime you might have experienced it, that it is okay to do so, and they say, okay, we'll consider it, and if it is not urgent, at the end we will consider it and we will accommodate accordingly, and we will test that as well. Likewise, in software industry, customer may say that you need to accommodate this change, so you may come up that if it is not urgent, can we consider it at end? Means at end means the second sprint, third sprint, or in second delivery, third phase of delivery. What is sprint? Sprint means time duration. What is sprint means?
Time duration.
Yeah, we will talk about it more in detail. Okay. And also understand, while you are ready and you are ready to find the room for the changes to accommodate whatever has been proposed by the customer. You need to also understand that when it comes to agility, it also usually means being able to respond to unplanned or unscheduled external circumstances in more effective manner by delivering best possible desired output. It is not that, how would you feel that when you phone to your garage and tell your service person that, hey, you accommodate this change, and while you found when you are going for the taking the delivery, you found that a few activity was not done well, like there is still some noise from the engine. Okay, why this noise came in the engine? Because your service engineer made sure that everything will function well, but the last request which you made, so to accommodate that, he forgot to reduce the noise of the engine, which was unnecessary, making every single time. So would you feel good about it, or you feel like, oh, it is really not fulfilling? Would you feel good about it or not? No, you won't feel, right? Everyone with me, you won't feel good about it when something is not done well. But agility demands you to do, deliver whatever is in front of you in the best possible way with the desired output. So that you need to make sure that when you are practicing agility, you are giving the best quality. Okay. Now let me quickly tell you a few more things, that when a business is agile, it can respond to a wide variety of unexpected external surprises. Now let me go to the slide itself and read it out, okay, so I want one more volunteer, someone else.
I can read it.
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead. The first.
When a business is agile, it can respond to a wide variety of unexpected external surprises.
That's right. So wait here. What does it mean? It means that in agile world, the variety would be really wide. Okay. and there would be unexpected external surprises. Surprises means what? That when you asked in your garage to fix some activity, it may impact some other area as well. Say, for example, if the person, service engineer, is trying to fix the noise of the engine, he may encounter something else as well. He may see that this problem is due to some other, spinner or rubber or something else that requires, change or something else. So these are unexpected, right? You might have felt that he added some lamp was not working, some fuses were there, so it requires to be replaced and all. So these are what? These are unexpected surprises for means vehicle owner. Do you agree with that? You
Yes.
might not be knowing that, but your service engineer says that we had to replace it. So likewise, in the businesses also, when means coder are fixing something, okay, they are creating something, and it is workable right now, but in the meanwhile they may see that something is not working the way it should be, and they go ahead and they fix it. So it is also about there is a variety of such external surprises that you need to consider to fix it, okay, because they will keep on coming. Sometimes if these are cosmetic, you can put it to the next delivery as well. Okay, I want someone else to read the second bullet. Who
I can
it?
read.
Please go ahead.
However, a flexible business may only be able to respond to already hypothesized situations.
Yeah. So flexible business means what? Flexible business means they are knowing that such kind of changes may happen. You agree with such delivery way of delivery, and you understand it may happen, it may not happen, but they are ready to respond to such changes. Okay, so and that's the reason we call them as a flexible business. So that's the another bullet, another trait which comes under the agility. I hope everyone is understanding whatever I am talking till now. Say yes if you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nirmal, this is your day one. Is it making some
Yes.
sense to you what we are talking? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So thank you everyone for volunteering and responding and still understanding. I want one more volunteer to read the third bullet.
I can read it.
Please go ahead.
Being flexible leads to success when a predictable event occurs, while being agile will assist businesses who will face unpredictable circumstances.
Okay, thank you so much for reading this out. So yes, this is self-explanatory. Okay, so what exactly happened? There are some predicted event and unpredicted events. Okay, so ultimately your business need support. Okay, but what happens in the unpredictable circumstances? Say for example, your software is ready. Okay, some activity which you have not done and your customer is doing. Say for example, customer is clicking on back and next multiple times. Okay, this is something unexpected you might have not tested, but your software is durable and software is really lightweight. It will respond to this quick activities, but sometime it is not taken care. Some bulky software tend to get collapsed in such situation. Have you ever encountered something which you are playing with some software and you find that it's continue to get crashed because you doing some activity again and again? Has it ever happened to you?
Yes.
Yes, in the past. How many of you know the old days of Winamp? How many of you know that? Winamp used to be music player, media player software. Anyone? No?
No.
Okay, no problem. So I will
No.
not take that example then. So I will leave that. So, excuse me, just a second. Why I was talking about that? This was one kind of a software, music software, which used to come with the equalizer. So when I used to play with its equalizer, it used to tend to get collapse. It used to hang the computer and all. So likewise, some softwares are there, but to handle such situation, your business is so much flexible, and answering to such changes quickly are really appreciated and good enough. Now I want someone else to read the
Yes, I can read.
please read the fourth bullet.
Yeah. Agility or being relates more to strategic agility, thus impacting customer or competitive.
Okay, thank you so much for reading. So agility or being agile relates more to strategic agility, thus impacting customer or make it competitive. So in ultimate way, whether it is competitive, whether it is impacting to the changes, or it is impacting to the customer, whether it has been strategized or not, there comes the agile methodology, which handles all the changes and all the strategy which has been put, and which are mainly and finally impacting to the customer as well. So this is a very simple meaning, that ultimately the customer is getting impacted, and also for the competitive environment, your agile solution is bringing more efficiency into the performance of the software. Okay, so I want someone else to read the fifth bullet point.
I can do that.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Whereas flexibility relates to tactical flexibility in that their strategic objectives are clear, but methods and options to achieve them are open.
Okay, so what do we mean by this? So it simply says that flexibility also means that tactical flexibility. Okay, and the objective which needs to be fulfilled, which needs to be met, those are clear, but methods and options, that requires to be open. See, I'm going to give you a very wonderful example. So say, for example, you are the kind of a person who is coming from background of being agile already. You have very much well trained in the last project in XYZ company, where you were doing really phenomenal. Okay, and when you were doing really phenomenal, you understood all the concept of agile and scrum and everything. Now you left that job. Now you are in a new company, new industry, and what you understood, that this company is not following everything what you followed when it comes to agile in the previous company, and then you find yourself complaining about it. No, this is not how actually agile works. What I learned was in a very different way. So you will find that things are not matching well. Now here comes the agility into the picture, and it tries to teach you, see, even if you had been agile, but if you are not adopting these changes in the new organization because they have been following this, you had not been agile. I'm not saying that you are doing something unethical. Okay, unethical means that you are just skipping the stand-up meeting. Stand-up meeting is a kind of a ceremony which every day you must go ahead and attend it and talk about three things. We will be talking about that. You are every single day missing it out, and you are saying that, okay, so this is must, this have been the framework, you must follow this when you are following the agile. But if you are saying that no, we had followed that in agile, not everyone is supposed to, not the business analyst cannot work on the Kanban board. What is Kanban board? Where things are visible, which work is going on, which work is pending, and which work has been completed. So who used to generally sometimes Scrum Master will be responsible to move all the tasks into the certain columns of to do, doing, or done. Or sometimes business analysts are responsible. And sometimes the job owner, means developer, coder, tester, they themselves would do for their activity. But here you are coming with the past experience and trying to, dictate the current situation from the past experience, because you had experienced that as agile. No, this is not going to work in that way. For that, you need to be so much adaptive that even you will be okay to adopt these environment as well in the similar manner as the current company where you are now joined are doing such activity. Is it clear to you, everyone, what happens generally when you are coming up with the previous agile experience and how you need to respond? Making some sense? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, if we change
Yes, sir.
the company, so we need to adjust according to the company. That's what it is, right, Gaurav?
That's what, because they may find certain rules. Say, for example, they are using some document and the documentation they themselves follow in a certain way. From earlier company, what you found that what the document you followed, their objective was always on top. Okay. So objective was written always on top. In this company, they don't even write objective. Okay. They simply talk about summary and they don't mention objective word. They use purpose word. You can't just say, hey, objective is missing over here. Okay. Or you are not following TOC, table of content or something. So, or in some company, you will find there is no such document. They are doing everything in the, ticket management system. Right? Is it making some sense, Saita?
Yes, Gaurav.
Yeah.
But I don't know the terms of ticket management.
Yeah, so
something
we
like
will talk about ticket management system. What happens, when there is a big project or big requirement, what generally in Agile we do, we cut it down in the small pieces, okay? Small activities, small tasks. And those tasks are tagged in a one-liner activity in one online system, okay? In one online. Have you ever raised a ticket for any complaint? It could be insurance related, it could be your internet provider related, that you are not you are experiencing something wrong in your system, and they said that we will raise a ticket for you. Or even if you use Uber or Ola, so sometime you might have experienced some problem. For that also you raised a ticket. Have you ever done that? You just logged a ticket. Yeah. So likewise, wherever this logging happens, for that there is a dedicated platform or utility or software. Okay. So in that software, to that software, you can name it as a ticket management system. Likewise, the small broken piece of the requirement is written in a written and one liner or one sentence with the support of attachment. Okay, attachment of screenshot of document or something, and then they are saved in the system itself. To that those activity where it happens, we call it as a ticket management system. Is it okay, Saita? This kind of example for you to understand now?
Yes, Gaurav.
Yeah, thank you so much, Saita. So Ashi, you were trying to say something.
No, I was not.
Okay, good. So we are good now. So what we are going to do is that we'll move to the another topic, and this we will share with the Agile Manifesto and Principle. This is very important. For that, I would like Prerna to invite. So Prerna, you're there?
Yes, hi Gaurav. I was waiting for you to take a water break. Yeah, I'm
thank
very
you.
much here.
So Prerna, do you have slides or you want me to share the slides?
Yeah, will you please share the slides? My laptop is not ready yet. Yeah.
Okay, just wait a second.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I'll just start with my quick introduction, as I couldn't give in the beginning. I'm Prerna, and I have around 15 years of experience in IT in variety of domains like insurance and banking and audit and human resource and all. Along with IT, teaching has been my passion. So that's why here I am with you guys, taking the sessions and interacting with you. And yes, I have worked, I started my journey as a developer, in proper development, coding, programming environment. And then I have moved to people management, project management, and currently I'm very active in data quality circle. So that's from my side. And by the way, I again, welcome you to this wonderful sessions wherein we not only teach you the topics that are important, but also the tips and tricks of how to grow and improve yourself professionally as well. Okay. So to be online with this, Agile, I personally feel that almost everybody in today's world is following it. But the only thing is we do not understand that we follow it already. Okay. So to understand it in more depth, to get the crisp out of it, we'll start with Agile Manifesto. Okay. So now what is Agile Manifesto? So you have to consider or think like something like this. An Agile Manifesto is like 4 pillars on which Agile is standing. Does it make sense? As in, it is some, we call it building blocks, or like how ABCD or alphabets are for us to learn any language. So same way, Agile Manifesto is the base, is the core of Agile that we have to understand and deeply, I would say, remember the concept to learn more about Agile. Okay. Everybody is okay with this? Yes, no? Any
Yes.
doubts like why are we learning this and no? Yeah.
Are you
Okay.
saying
Maybe
these are
you'll
the
have.
Are you saying these are the principles that we need to follow while using Agile?
Okay. Now this is a trick question if I have to answer. Honestly,
Okay.
we have 12 more principles. Okay. 12
Okay.
more principles. But these are, I would say these are like the law. Okay. Like, we have this
Okay.
scientific laws, Newton laws, because they exist. And on that, you can have your solutions and experiments and other principles. So these
Oh, okay.
4 manifesto, see, manifesto means something on which you can manifest, you can actually implement. Okay. So on the basis of these manifestos, we have 12 principles, which will come in the next slide, which are all interlinked and which are all easy to understand. But before we go there, we have to learn, or we have to have our understanding clear that what is this. Okay. So don't worry, we'll go slow as per your understanding. If you have any doubts, I encourage all of you to ask then and there. So there is no confusion in anybody's mind. Okay. So I would need 4 different people to read these 4 different lines. We will start with the first one. Yeah, please go ahead. Take the opportunity.
I'll do it.
Yeah, go ahead. Everybody will get an opportunity. Start.
Okay. Individuals and interactions over processes and tools.
Thank you so much for reading. Now, I really want, before my explanation, I want from you that, when you read this sentence or this line, what do you feel? It can be said in any plain English without any terminology. Just when you hear this, individuals and interactions over processes and tools. What do you understand when you read this? Anything that comes to your mind?
So what
It's
we
kind
want.
of a requirement gathering or discussion over something.
Oh, requirement gathering. Okay, that's a very specific word.
Yeah, I mean, it's like meeting someone and asking what they want, what they don't want,
Okay,
what are their
that's
expectations.
interaction. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, next.
Something which is more
Thanks, Ajit.
dynamic rather than rigid.
It's a kind of a
Okay.
brainstorming process.
Okay, I really like this choice of words. Yes. Next. By the way, all of you are right from your
Individual
point of view. Okay.
Communication
Go
with
ahead.
individuals
stakeholders
interact.
about the way and the way how to go and what are the tools going to be
We need
used
to
for that.
use for the project.
Okay, what are the tools we use for the project? I think this line is quite straightforward. It says individuals and interactions over processes and tools. So I think we started on the right note. Then we are diverging towards the tools. Yeah, still more because we have a lot of people. I want to hear from everybody. Please, unmute yourself and answer. This is important. So everybody who has not spoken yet, I'll recommend you share. This is the way we learn here, Yeah.
It's planning.
There is no mention of planning as such, but yes, go
Individual
ahead.
individuals
Mhm.
interact over the various processes in this and which tools they will be using.
Okay, now that's really interesting. You
Yes.
actually mixed both the terminologies. Okay, still interesting. Yes, I just want to know what is there in your mind. And it's fine because you all are thinking from your perspective, and everybody's right. If I have to say it that way, I'll explain it. But yeah, anybody else wants to add? Yeah, people who are on mute, not willing to unmute.
Yeah, so it is about planning, like how we are going to do the job and what is the methodology.
Okay, fine. So whatever
I mean,
answers you have given,
I,
sorry,
I,
did I
I
miss
have,
someone?
I
Yeah,
was
Tushar.
just gonna, yeah, I was just gonna say, keeping technology and everything aside, maybe it's kind of like a water cooler talk. We're just getting together and talking about project.
That makes sense. It kind of states like that. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Anybody else? I'll just start. Okay. I think nobody is willing. Okay. Thank you. First of all, thank you so much for your responses. And from your own perspective, what you could understand, that makes sense. But here, as a part of manifesto, what it means is, see, when you hear this word over something, that means you have to give importance to the other thing than the thing which comes after over. Okay. It's as like a plain English logic. So what it says is individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Okay. So I'll give a very classic example. Whenever you go to any typical nationalized bank, I do not know about US specific, but in India, I know if you go to SBI, State Bank of India, being the core and one of the largest bank in the world, you go there, for whatever thing you have to follow what process, or in any banks for that matter, or typical nationalized bank, private banks will have become little big, so we'll kind of keep them aside. So what do they do is it doesn't matter what is the emergency, what is the situation, what they'll say, okay, fill up this form, do this, submit this, everything is very process oriented and it has those steps, and they adhere to it all the time. So many a times what happens when there is an emergency, like there is an accident or some personal financial emergency, and you really want to get your funds, or have some sanctions or anything like that. Just imagine a critical scenario like we watch in movies and stuff like that, and you will not be entertained or happy with this kind of process, because that's a very slow paced environment. It used to work when there was no internet and all that. But now in agile, this was just an example to share the pain of following the process all the time. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but in agile, when the environment is so dynamic, everybody understands the word dynamic. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much. So when everything is super fast changing, so in such a scenario, you cannot go to your client in this sentence. What we are trying to say is, if like in today you're working in agile, in a project in agile fashion, okay, you're following agile methodology, and if a customer comes and tells you, due to the market trend change or whatever our policy or our internal discussion change, we would like to change the theme color or a theme of our application from gray to blue. Okay, simple as they want to change a color of that application, like how Facebook is. Just imagine Facebook was in gray, now they wanted to shift to blue. You can visualize blue Facebook, right? Because it has been in that blue shade for such a long time. So now you can't go back to them, or you are not supposed to go back to them and say, oh, as per the first this, you stated this color, and we have changed that. It is something that it's our process. We don't. No. First of all, it's a logical change, and second, it will not cost you so much of time or efforts also. Yeah, if there is some technological or some other functional change which will require a lot of efforts from your end, then definitely you can raise. But the point here is, you are giving importance to that client and your meetings, your interactions, your discussions than being rigid about, no, this is the process and this is the protocol and this is the application, this is the way we have to do it. No. What we are focusing is, if a customer comes up with any reasonable change or any reasonable demand, we have to kind of honor and respect that, or at least entertain that to a level that it can be considered after the discussion. And why this point is important, you might say, what's so big about this point? This generally happens. This generally happens because you're seeing this in the current industry. If you remember Gaurav's earlier example, when the applications were being delivered after 1 or 2 years, how would the poor customer know what are you working on? Because he told you something in 2023 and you're giving him something in 2025. It's a 2 years gap. But nowadays the things have changed. Everybody is communicating almost on like weekly or twice a week, or at times on daily basis, depending on need. So the focus is that whatever the customer or the stakeholders, we will learn what is the stakeholders. As of now, just remember, everybody who has interest in your project is a stakeholder. So all the stakeholders, all the people related in the project, their interactions, their opinion, their reactions, their suggestions, their requirements are always and always important than to follow a rigid process or to follow any specific tool. Okay, does this make sense, or do you have any slight big doubt in it? Anybody and everybody, this is for. Yeah, you can unmute and say no, or you can just send a thumbs up in the chat, then you're good. Yeah. Yes, see, it's a very straightforward point, but then if you have any doubts, I'll be happy to answer that. Yeah, easy to understand, no doubt in this.
Yeah,
I got
I'm not
only
able to
one
understand.
thumbs up. Okay, sorry, who was it?
And Desdemona.
Okay, Desdemona, you did not understand. Okay,
No.
may I ask you what you did not understand, if you can explain?
So what we are discussing here?
Okay. Okay, so I'll give you a very layman and simple example. That's these type of examples are my favorite. Okay, it's like for example, it's imagine if it's your nephew's birthday and he wanted to have a chocolate cake, and you ordered a chocolate cake for a party which is there on coming Saturday. Okay, after that, I don't know what happened to him, or after his discussion with his friends or his own liking, he said, no, I really want to go for a pineapple cake this time. Okay. So here your nephew is symbolizing a customer request. He is a client or he is a stakeholder, and his change is like, from shifting from here. So now as a agile team, what would you do? Because it's his birthday, right? It's his function. So what would you do?
I'll give priority to the demand.
Yeah. So will you say, no, 4 days back you told me chocolate cake, that was, we decided, it was the thing, how can you change? Do you do that?
No.
No, you don't do that with kids, and you definitely don't do that with the customer, because the customer is the one who pays you. And then see, if that is logical and doable, if it is, see, it's like, first of all, if you were making a cake and you were halfway there, then you might raise question, like, you might try to convince him, no, kiddo, I have work. But then it's not your pain. You're just going to call that bakery or that cake shop, and I think they should be happy because they are specialized in that. It doesn't matter if they change one type of cake. So why this example is because, see, here you are not being rigid on the process that you said 4 days back, you gave me in that chat that, okay, auntie, I want this cake. Now we are asking for a different cake. No. Right? Okay. Earlier, this is to happen. When we working with Agile waterfall method, things were so static. You understand static, like something is written on a board and you have to follow it by anything, like how it used to be in our school days. Now, if you see, kids go and hug their teacher and they kiss their teacher and they're so adored and they're so loved. I remember our day, whenever we used to see the principal, we used to just go and hide somewhere, because she used to be mostly strict and, shouting. But things have changed, everywhere. People management has become so important. So same concept. It's basically focusing more on people than on paper, if I have to call it. Okay. You get this point? Yeah. Now you understood? Yeah, everybody, I think this example was easy to understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Thank you so much. So Desdemona, I'll just request you to read the second manifesto.
Working software over comprehensive documentation.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I think this easy, so I'll just explain because it is mentioned that see earlier what used to happen. You know how they discuss or fight in the court that they go by evidence, they go by letters, they go by this and that. That's kind of considered as an evidence. But in the real life, especially when it comes to industry, IT, or project delivery is concerned, everything depends on what you deliver, right? Even this is the case. This is the case with our daily life. It doesn't matter how much grocery you got, how much raw material you got. Ultimately, what dish you prepare, what you deliver, that matters. It doesn't matter how much your kids or your or you yourself is studying or putting in efforts, but how many marks or grades you get, that is ultimately important, right? So the point I'm trying to make here is your delivery, what you complete, that is of importance than what is the process or what is the documentation or what is the efforts you're putting. So here what they're trying to say is in this manifesto that the working software, that means it doesn't matter what was the schedule and what was the details and everything that you have done, great. No documentation you have, that's a good point. But then it doesn't matter that you have to focus only on documentation. Comprehensive documentation means sometimes people just overdo things and just go ahead with too much of documentation. Then the customer would really want to see how you make it, how you deliver it. Like taking the earlier example, okay, if you have a birthday party on Saturday and until Saturday morning, if the customer is discussing with you requirement, would you be happy? If the cake shop is just discussing, okay, which topping, which color, which decoration, what would you ask him? That hello, please deliver my cake. Please, we have a function in the evening, so I need the cake. So what ultimately you want? You want the software, you want the working copy, you want the ultimate outcome. So same lines, see, this is a very practical example because it is dealing with customer and delivery, and you have to ultimately respond to it. So that's why I took this example. So in professional setup, how it happens, a client comes with you, few requirements, and you're just working on the presentations and on the documents, on business requirement document and whatever, everything, but only documentation. Ultimately they will not be happy. They would like to see what you're working on, right? So if you're creating an application like a Facebook or maybe like a Gmail suite, where you can send a mail, receive mail, attach mail, have your meetings on Meet, have your chat, like so many functions. So when a customer comes and he has given the requirements and you say that your team is working, they would like to see how your software is getting developed. So that is what is called as, and by the way, working software. You don't have to take pictures or the screenshot and just show them. They'll come and, with the basic round of testing, that they should say, okay, am I able to log in into Gmail? Yeah, I can log in into Gmail. Can I see my inbox? It will be all test data. I understand. But won't you be happy when you just log into Gmail and the Gmail opens, or you get happy when you see that 404 page not found error comes? Tell me, how is your reaction when that error comes? What do you do?
Frustrated.
Everybody. Yeah, I'm really happy you said that. Absolutely. You're irritated. You're like, you already have 10 things to do. And when you type something like facebook.com, Gmail, Times of India, your banking websites, and it doesn't work, you as a customer, you get irritated. You are not interested in their apology or, okay, sorry for inconvenience. What do you want? You want to log into your Gmail and you want to send a mail, or you want to log into your bank account and you start working. Get my point? Yes.
Yeah.
Any doubts?
Yes.
Like in this plain sentence, it is mentioned that we have to deliver the software that is in working condition than just to continue with extensive document. Makes sense? Any doubts? Anybody? People who are on mute are
So,
free to.
Prerna, so here the
Yeah.
first point is like we can change, we can make changes in Agile. That's what means. And
No. The first point is, see, we as in not we have to cater or respond to what customer asks. For example, if you're cooking for your for a function or for guests are coming, generally what you cook? Two things, either at something that you're best, a second what they like, right?
Yes.
I love khichdi, but I will not serve khichdi to people who are coming over for my place for a function. They'll say, if you want to have khichdi, we would have cooked at home only, You'll make something exquisite, some dessert. So same way, we have to cater to what customer is asking. See, there are a lot of depth in this, but
no. I understand what the customer asks. Like we need to provide the customer according to the customer only. We need to act. And what I'm saying is in what comparison between like waterfall and agile method. So we can make changes if they want like
yes,
and
that is the advantage. That is
we'll do that. That is what
yes. Yeah, it's a tomorrow you have guests, but the guest has a small baby or if somebody's having an upset stomach and they are not willing to have all those curries or spices, you'll actually make a khichdi for them. But why did you make? Not because you are good in that, because it was their requirement. You get my point? So basically, I'm sorry. Basically, you have to understand and cater to what is the latest or dynamic requirement. Okay.
Oh, got it.
There are also a lot more things involved. It's not as simple as somebody says and you do it. There are things to consider, like what is the budget, what is the timeline, because customers can be at times very tricky. I mean, I don't want to call them greedy or other things, but tricky. Tricky means for them, they might feel, okay, just a small change, but sorry, I missed that. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? They're paying your company, right? So you have to be very vigilant and thoughtful that whatever changes they are seeing, are they worth it? Is it gonna impact your deadlines? Is it gonna impact the budget? If they want something to be developed and that is very highly skilled and you don't have that kind of programmers or team members, and you might have to hire some people, or they want to have some functionality that might require some additional software. See, these are our real life experiences. I myself as a project manager have faced such such great difficulty at time that customer thinks it's a very simple thing, but then it might be a paid or paid technology, paid software, paid graphs, whatnot, and then you have to convince them that, okay, first of all, it will require extra money, extra budget. Second, it will require extra time. So all these complexities are part of that, and we will get to that for sure. But as of now, to understand how agile works, we'll have to give our thoughts to this. So everybody is okay with the second point. Can we move to the third?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay. So can someone read out the third point?
Yes, I will.
Yeah, go
customer
ahead.
collaboration over contract negotiation.
Perfect. Now, if you ask me, as per my understanding, first and third point goes hand in hand. Or even something of second, like contract negotiation. Contract itself means documentation, so I can consider that. So what it says is, whatever you learn and you understand from your customer, along with your discussions and your meetings and your collaboration, is always important, or it will be given more priority than what was mentioned in your contract. Now you may ask, if we are doing so, what is the use of the contract, right? I mean, you should ask. If I was at your place, I would ask, like, if you're saying this, then why in the first place we're having contract? So no, the thing is, as I was mentioning. Go ahead.
Contract is like kind of a yeah, we need to have a contract, right? It's not like
absolutely
they can
right.
Another person, another company. So
that's what I was coming to. That's what I was coming to, Sanhita. So basically, the same example that I was explaining, that the customer is asking for some functionality, and it may look and feel very small, but then it might require, like the earlier simple example that we can take, the customer wanted to have change in color. Along with color, they wanted to change some look and feel of the website. Now, changing color, it's kind of like a comparatively easier thing. You have to go to the CSS file and change the color, and it's like a doable thing. But when you say you want to change some how the page looks and whatever, it requires a lot of structural changes. So though whatever was mentioned in the contract, but the customer is coming to you and telling you that I want to have these changes in this functionality. I want to have this submit button not here but there. I want to have this more additional features. I want to add this. All this is the latest information. And if the customer agrees to pay you the additional budget, that is whatever you will, cost all that functionality, if they are willing to wait for the extra time because of their extra requirement, so if they're that, so you're getting money, you're getting time, and you can manage that within that, then definitely you will entertain that. Because ultimately, it's you are in the market, your company is there to serve the customers. So you get my point. So you don't go and tell them, oh, you mentioned this 6 months back and now you're saying this. Yes, they did mention that, and they are saying this now because they want to change. They have evolved. Like, like I tend to give this example in between, like during Corona, before Corona, especially the banking setup, because I was working in one of the banks in IT sector, everything was on premises. That means because we worked in banks, we were not given the facility to work from home, because we deal with sensitive data when we work in bank, and there's a lot of important information, and they did not want anyone to work from home. But then Corona hit, COVID hit. What happened? Everything was virtual. Everybody was working from home, isn't it? Yes, no?
Yes.
So did that time bank say, no, 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 you have to come to bank, because nobody could actually travel and step out of home. So you say you change as per the environment, you change as per the requirement, depending definitely on this authenticity and importance. So here what is mentioned, see the word, choice of words is so beautiful, customer collaboration. It's not saying customer demand, customer requirement. Collaboration means both the parties agree to it, right? That's when we say collaboration. So you and the customer are together into this, you agree to what they're saying, and then that is given more importance than what was mentioned in the contract. Makes sense? Easy,
Yes.
it's going with the flow.
Yes.
Any
Yes.
doubts? Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Very good.
anybody? Thank you. Thank you so much for all the yeses. So next point, please. Next and the last point. Yeah.
I'll read it. Responding to change over following a plan.
So here again, we are trying to focus on the dynamic nature of the business, if you ask me. So, why have you got the feeling that in every point we're just trying to focus on the now, like whatever was there earlier, that's fine, but what is happening now, right? So responding to change, that means, it is the same example, the cake example. You had ordered for a chocolate cake, and now because the customer or your nephew wants to have a different cake, you just go back to them and tell them that, yeah, okay, I want a pineapple cake instead of a chocolate cake. So they don't say that, oh, this was not the plan. You'll be like, come on, it's my requirement. It's the latest change. Same way, again, the earlier COVID example. Earlier protocols of all the banks or all the financial institutes or sensitive data handling, they were like, no, data has to be handled in the office only. You can't have a laptop, you can't access from home, and whatnot. But then when the things changed, everything became virtual, everything became remote. So
Situation
responding to change, yeah. So in our scenario, how this can be applicable, that a customer comes and tells, okay, for example, it can be a positive and negative anyways. Customer says, earlier I was planning to go ahead with a release on Christmas, on our application, whatever it is, like maybe it's a ticket booking system for holidays, simple like that, it's like something ticket booking for international travel. But now, because we want to take advantage of the Diwali situation, we want to go ahead and launch our website of ticket booking for online tourism for throughout the world in Diwali. So now your deadline has been preponed. It's a very scary situation, by the way, but I'm just giving you an example. So you have less amount of time to work. But do you go and say, no, it's wrong. Why you're saying so? You had planned for Christmas. The customer says, no, we did enough research and surveys, and we realize that even Diwali vacation is a big market, and we want people to come and use our website and take advantage, right? So now what do you do? That's my question. Do you go and tell them you change the plan, we can't follow, or you respond to the plan?
We have to respond.
Respond to the plan.
Yeah. What you will say, okay, I understand your concern, but then this sudden preponement or sudden change in the schedule will definitely cost, because now instead of 5 team members, you might require 7 team members because you have to finish more work. Right? You might have to hire more people. You might have to have more shifts in your work so people can work more during the day. Instead of maybe 8 hours, you might have people for 12 hours, in shifts, in rotations, whatnot. Get more people, get more applications, anything and everything. But you're not saying no. So the customer who is proposing this change will definitely have to pay extra because it's his requirement, right? So nothing will come as free. But then as a catering company, as a company serving to your customer, you are responding to his change, his or her change. Okay. So in all, everything boils down to being dynamic, being practical, being at the moment, and responding to whatever comes to your way. Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So if I have to boil it down to one sentence or crisp of all this is that every time when you are industry catering to a customer, just listen to them, what they're saying in the practical moment. It doesn't matter what was discussed maybe 1 month back or 2 weeks earlier. If they are asking for a change, and which is practical, which is reasonable, which is backed by the facts, and they're willing to pay extra cost or time or whatever it will cost them, then you have to cater to that. And
If
this
they're
in
not,
short, yeah.
if they're not
Sorry?
willing to pay and they still want changes,
No,
so
then you have
we have to make.
then you get into discussions. So it's just like your kid wants to have chocolate and they don't want to study. Do you give them? I don't think so. At least Indian parents won't, I'm pretty sure. So it's then it's a negotiation, then it's a discussion, then it's a bargain is not a suitable word, but then it's a brainstorming. You come and tell them. See, it's as simple as that. If you don't have the raw material for the cake or any food item, how would you bake and make that? So if the customer comes, same example, if the customer comes and tells me, I want to have my application ready by Diwali instead of Christmas, and then and I'm not willing to pay extra, then you're like, this is really highly impossible because you're kind of just reducing my deadline by 1.5 months, which is very tough, first of all. And trust me, a single day also cost a lot. So this is a very hypothetical example. It generally doesn't happen like that. Okay. I'm just giving you for your understanding. But even if that happens, they have to bear the consequences or the expenses. Otherwise, how would you manage? Because see, it's like you have your final exam in starting in mid-April. So you have your nice, beautiful timetable. We all used to do that in our school days. At least I did, and most of you must have done. Okay, one subject 4 days, one subject 2 days. Whatever, easy maths, difficult, whatever, like that. And suddenly your teacher comes and tells you, no, your exam is after 1 week. Will you be able to digest that fact? First of all, it doesn't happen. But then, your entire planning will go for a toss and you have to stretch yourself and it will be a crazy scenario. So same way, when a customer tries to prepone something or ask for additional requirements in the same timeline, it's very crucial for you as a company, as a project lead or as a scrum master, as a project owner, as a team member, to understand how do you cope up with that. So you cope up with additional help, with additional softwares, with additional extending timelines, and definitely additional budget. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes. So first of all, don't worry. Whatever we have discussed, all this is something new. I mean, this is not new, but the context is new. All the examples, when you relate to your real life, like guests coming in and you're changing your menu, or your parties or celebrations at home, and you're changing the theme, everything that you do in real life. But then when you do that, you do not know that you follow Agile. That's why I started the session saying that everybody follows Agile. The only thing is they do not know that they follow Agile. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And I'll
Yes.
recommend you to rewatch this video, because when you're in the session, you're talking, you're reading, you're a little sleepy, or you have some things in your mind. So you might tend to at times not clearly understand or fully understand, or just for the revision's sake, you can go back and rewatch this video and have your clarity. If not, you can come back to us. So I think we are towards the end of the session. So yeah, Gaurav, over to you. You want to add something?
Yeah, that's right, Prerna. Yeah, thank you so much. So what we'll do next time, we will speed it up. Be ready for that, because we have a lot to cover. So this time, 4 manifesto were important. So thank you so much, Prerna, for taking this up in detailed manner. So yeah, so we have come to the end. We can simply end it up. But just I'll add one line, that in the Agile Manifesto, we need to understand that it's about individuals. Every single individual is important. After that, interaction, process, and tool will come. Working software is important. After that, documentation will come. Third, customer collaboration is important. Then consider the contract or agreement. And responding to change is important, as Prerna explained and summarized in very well and structured manner. So yeah, so I think I'm good with it. So any questions so far from anyone to Prerna or me?
Yeah, sir, I have a question.
Yes,
So,
Nikita.
as a business analyst, how I should be using all this? Like when a client comes to me, I have to note down the changes and then communicate to the development team. That's how it works.
Yeah. So for now, understand that's how it will work. But to understand in detailed manner, so I would request you just hold for a few weeks, because we will again transition towards the details of business analysis and the work of business analyst. Okay, so that time it will be more clearer. But to answer you now, just go ahead with that you are the responsible person to take the requirement and explain to the developer. They need to work upon it. Is it clear now? Yeah.
Okay, all
So,
right. Yeah.
so I also want to bring this for every one of you to understand why we club the business analysis and Scrum Master track together. Do you know? Any one of you know the reason behind it? We could have taken it separately. Yeah, Pooja was trying to say something.
No, sir.
Okay,
Maybe
so this.
it goes hand in hand.
Yeah,
Like
that's
sometimes.
one example, hand in hand. Anything else? Any other answer, everyone?
So whatever the business analysis knows, the Scrum to know that. So for business analysis will need to know extra bit about the Scrum Master, but Scrum Master need to know all things about business analysis.
Yeah. So that is a kind of one answer. So thank you so much for sharing this. That's anyways is a right answer. So just to give you additional answer, I would tell you what is the reason behind it. And the reason was simple. When you will see today, the Agile Manifesto and Agile World does not demand you to just work as a Scrum Master. It demands you just to work as a Scrum Master, but not to act as anything else. That's number one. However, industry require what? Industry requires a multi-purpose person, okay, who can handle this, that, and everything else. Okay, so even though Agile Manifesto and Agile organization, Scrum organization doesn't demand you to become a business analyst as well along with Scrum Master, but industry started looking for such people who had working experience as a business analyst, and they can handle some Scrum team. That's number one. Number two, they were looking for some Scrum master who had 3 years of experience, and they have worked as a business analyst. Means as per project demands or as per project availability, they used to switch these two roles interchangeably. Okay, so sometime you become Scrum master, sometime you become business analyst. In a nutshell, you need to know both the work. Okay, so that your job can be utilized in a flexible manner. Okay, and that's the reason when we saw this was happening in industry, then this Agile Scrum BA track become a good, what you can call a good fusion to place in front of you guys that who are looking to become Scrum master, looking for becoming business analyst only. So this is how it is helping you to evolve further and get placed into the industry. Is it clear now to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gaurav, actually Scrum Master is a kind of a person for a special teacher for a special class, right?
Yeah. Yes, we will know more about who are Scrum Master and how we become. So understand, Scrum Master are nothing but they are facilitator. What they are?
Facilitator.
They have to facilitate the delivery. That's it. In a nutshell. Right, Prerna? So you want to say something else about it?
No, I think we are good. What I want to emphasize is just go with the flow as of now, because all these questions are very practical and realistic. But as we explain further and your understanding increases, you yourself will understand more, and you'll answer your own question. So right now, when you say one day at a time, so this is the beginning. So just go with the flow, and all these things will be answered to you very shortly and in a detailed manner. So don't worry, don't push yourself much as of now. I know this is very exciting, it's very new, you might have so many things. So I'll recommend you write down all that, and whenever we come to those topics, you are very most welcome to ask these questions, and we will cater to that slowly.
Yes. So what is assignment? So assignment is this, that this is answered assignment. Whatever you have learned so far, that you need to summarize it less than 90 seconds. I would also recommend that when you are summarizing in the video, just don't summarize that in video. Also show the piece of paper where you have done the drawing. That's number one. And when you show the drawing what you have done, and then you are explaining, it makes more sense. Okay. So that is one expectation from you when you come back on Wednesday. Before that, I would love to see the summary. We would love to see the summary, whatever you have learned so far. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Last I heard Nirmal's voice. Nirmal, I understand this is day one for you, and we get into details of it. But still, if it is day one, what do you feel like saying? How did you feel overall about the session?
It's very informative, and I'm feeling comfortable.
Comfortable. Thank you so much. Nirmal, please call out someone's name on the screen you see.
I'm sorry?
Call out someone's name on the screen you see. Anyone name.
Prerna.
Other than me and Prerna. Nikita. Okay, let's
Yeah,
take
I will say.
Pooja,
Yeah, very
Pooja
interactive
Gupta.
and very easy to understand.
Easy to understand is what Nikita said. Thank you so much, Nikita. Thank you so much, Nirmal. So, Nikita, please, you call out someone's name.
Asif.
Asif. Yes, Asif. What do you feel like saying, Asif?
It was really interesting, and I learned almost everything.
Okay.
And it was a good session. And
you
I'm
found it
optimistic.
good. Optimistic, good, and learn a lot. Thank you so much, Asif. Please call out someone's name on the screen.
Ashi.
Ashi, what do you feel like saying?
I'm sorry.
No, nothing
I'm
to
so
worry.
sorry. I'm so sorry. It was very, very interesting and very explanatory. I mean, the things Prerna and you taught are very, very easy to understand. Yeah, it was very nice.
Great. Easy to understand. Thank you so much. Ashi, please call out someone's name on the screen. You need to unmute.
I'll say Monica.
Monica, what do you feel like saying?
It's very informative and easy to understand.
Easy to understand. Thank you so much, Monica. Call out someone's name on the screen.
Asif is over it once again. Mahendra.
Mahendra, yes, Mahendra, what do you feel like saying?
Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you, Prerna. It was informative, optimistic, and again, I repeat, I'm feeling comfortable.
Comfortable. Thank you, Mahendra. Please call us someone's name on the screen.
Rock Fernandez.
Rock, what do you feel like saying, sir?
It gave me more knowledge on the subject.
Okay, more knowledgeable you are feeling right now. Okay, please call out someone's name on the screen. Call out someone's name on the screen, Rock. Just unmute and just take a name. Anyone random name who have not spoken yet?
Nirmal.
Nirmal was the first one. Please call out someone else's name.
Okay. No, I can't see the names.
You can't see the name?
Yeah.
Go into the participants column, then you can see.
Participant, okay. Amruta.
Amruta, yeah, thank you so much. Amruta, what do you feel like saying?
Yeah, today was very informative session. I got to know about Agile Manifesto in details. Thank you, Prerna, for giving so much practical examples.
Awesome, Amruta. Amruta, thank you so much. Amruta, call out someone's name on the screen.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's Pratiksha.
Pratiksha, yes, Pratiksha, what do you feel like saying?
I would say today's session was really good. Lot of information. The examples helped a lot to understand better. And I would love to listen to the recording again to understand it better and, come back with more information in the next session.
Awesome, Pratiksha. Please call out someone's name on the screen.
Batul.
Batul, what do you feel like saying, Batul?
Informative and interesting session.
Interesting and informative. Please call out someone's name on the screen.
Amruta.
Amruta is done.
Mona.
Mona? Desdemona. Okay, Desdemona.
Yeah,
what do
it
you
was
feel like?
very interesting learning today. And of course, Prerna and you both explained in such a easy way. Everything was very explanatory.
Thank you so much, Desdemona. Please call out someone's name on the screen.
Tushar.
Tushar. Yes, Tushar, what do you feel like saying?
Thank you, Gaurav and Prerna. I think it was a very good fundamental understanding of everything. So that's what I liked about it.
Okay.
Today.
You found it good. Okay. Call out someone's name on the screen.
Pooja.
Pooja. Yes, Pooja, what do you feel like saying?
Yeah, it was a nice informative session. Thanks, Prerna, for making us understand the various agile manifestos with the help of the day-to-day life examples. And we hope to see from both of you making it understand with the help of such simple examples.
Awesome, Pooja. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Please call out someone's name. Pooja, just you need to unmute and take a name. Pooja, you there? You need to unmute yourself and take one name on the screen.
Pratiksha.
Pratiksha is done.
Okay. Sahita.
Sahita. Yes, Sahita, what do you feel like saying?
The class was good, Gaurav. Thank you, Prerna. And yeah, even the examples were so easy. And yeah, it's like easy to dump into our head. So such easy examples. And yeah, I like the class.
Thank you so much. Sahita, please call out one name on the screen you see.
I think everybody is done. Asif.
Asif is done as well.
Then I don't think anybody left.
Okay, so Ashi, are you done? I don't remember that.
Yeah, I was done.
Okay, so you need to call Prerna's name for closing remarks, I guess.
Thank you,
Okay,
Prerna.
There
Over
you
to
go.
you.
Yeah,
Prerna,
thank you
closing
so
remarks.
much. And I'm so glad that all of you could relate to our examples and explanation. And again, I'll just emphasize two things. First is go with the flow, because you all are new to these concepts, though they are real life, but it's something different when you read from the textbook format or the practical, I would say, definition format. So give yourself some time and please do rewatch the video. Not only this videos, the earlier videos, from our sessions or the other trainers video from Guru Schools, because different explanation, different methods, different examples really will help you a lot. So give yourself some time. Don't be so hard on yourself. And I'm pretty sure you'll all enjoy this journey very well. And me and Gaurav are just a message away for any of your doubts. So let me know. And also, please do follow and do all the assignments or home play that Gaurav calls it. So that will be really an interesting task for you and you'll start enjoying the process. So for me, Gaurav, today's class was very fun-filled and very interactive. I totally enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Prerna. Yes, we'll make sure that next time you don't need to stretch for next 20 minutes extra. We'll make sure that we wrap up a bit early. But thank you so much for your amazing participation. Yeah. And yeah, so you just pay a very close attention so that we can speed it up later. Later things has to be speeded up because as Agile says it, that speed, increment and deliver. So that's how we are going to do it. So thank you so much, everyone, for your participation and good night. Make summary well and reach to us whenever you need and follow the 30 days challenge. That is something I want to encourage all of you to do. Thank you so much. Bye-bye and good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you, Prerna.
Good night. Bye-bye. Take care. Good night. Bye.